What's going on, guys? Day two of NFL free agency. We finally go and get ourselves a veteran cornerback. That's going to be DJ Reed out of Seattle. Overall, I'm going to tell you guys I actually like the signing. I wasn't the biggest fan of bringing in a Stephon Gilmore or J.C. Jackson. I didn't think that we should spend a ridiculous amount of money at the position just to bring in somebody when the young talent that we have on the team definitely has a chance to flourish with us. So there's a couple things, right? With DJ Reed, he has some of the playmaking ability that sounds like was the core of what the Jets wanted for the offseason. I know the big headline was that we wanted a number one, but the biggest thing is that we wanted somebody that can make plays on the ball, kind of help shift the field position, help out Zach Wilson, give the offense a few more opportunities to, capitalize during the game. And we have that. Now, he's not a world beater, but he does have 4 interceptions in the last 2 seasons. And then when you kind of break it down a little bit further, two things. The first one would be keep in mind we wanted the playmaking ability, and then of course we just needed the veteran atmosphere in the locker room for that young group. So Bryce Hall hasn't necessarily had the opportunity and go and see what a Darrell Revis is doing, or an Antonio Cromartie, and all of the veterans that we've had in the past when we picked up players like Wilson previously. So or a D Milliner, and there's a long list of players that you can mention. So bringing in this player that not only has played with Robert Saleh at one point before, a couple seasons ago in San Francisco. He's also flourished a little bit more in Seattle, and Pete Carroll and them are known for developing quarterbacks. So it's kind of a little bit of a win-win. We're also still getting somebody that could be on the upswing of their career. I believe DJ Reed's either turning 25 or turning 26. So still pretty young. And then we get him on a 3-year, $33 million deal. So very, very feasible, very low risk move for us. And the second piece will be if you kind of take a look at what he's working with, um, just in his own division alone, we're talking about Arizona, we're talking about the Rams, and then we're talking about drawing a blank. Arizona, the Rams, and the 49ers, excuse me. So, the Rams on their own, they had Odell Beckham Jr., they had Cooper Kupp, they had Robert Woods, who ended up going out there from Buffalo and flourishing and kind of becoming this um I don't know. Robert Woods is a little bit weird. I think people in LA kind of praise him a little bit, but like national NFL global attention, I don't think people think of him as like one of those top tier type receivers. And I would put him kind of at the low end of that bucket, but he's definitely up there. Then we got to take a look at Arizona, right? Arizona had DeAndre Hopkins. They bring in AJ Green. They have their Christian Kirk. Then they had a bunch of young guys over there as well. And then, we know about the 49ers roster, and what they were working with having their Debo Samuel. They bring in a Brandon Ayuk. Outside of that, they struggled a little bit. They did have Mohamed Sanu, but then they have Greg Kittle. And granted, he's not, covering tight ends and stuff like that a lot, but needless to say, the point is that that division does have formidable weapons that they have to guard on a day-to-day basis. So I like the signing for the most part. Obviously, it would have been great. We lost out on Marcus Williams to hear something from the safety route. But for what was left in the cornerback room at free agency, this is kind of the best case scenario for us for what might have been left that Robert Sala's not only comfortable with, but can still see getting groomed a little bit more and maybe producing a bit better than his time in Seattle. So let me know what you guys think about the move, and what do you think some of the next targets that we're going to hear about.